Mike. We're gonna make a puppet this morning, and this is what we're gonna do. This is a box that I made into a puppet. So I took the box and I turned it inside out. It used to be for crackers, and now it's a puppet. So I cut the box in half except for one edge, and that's where you fold it over and you can put your hand in there. And then you just put your, hey Alex, then you just put your hand inside there and make it talk. Hello, good morning Alex, nice to see you, right? You just add features on there and you're done. So I'm gonna show you how I did this. Pretty simple. Put that aside and I get a new box. First thing to do, I'm not endorsing these brand of dog biscuits. I've never had one, but my dog seems to like them. The first thing to do is get a box that you like the shape of and then turn it inside out. And this part is optional. You don't have to turn it inside out, but I like to do it. So I open up the seam of the box. There's always a seam that holds the thing together. Open it up, and then there's always a little flap, and you fold it back and fold all of the folds the other way, like that, and then reassemble the box so that it's just brown and plain on the outside. That's why I do it. And if you want to not do that, you could just use the box as it is, and you could paint the outside of it or use the advertising on the box as the decoration of the puppet. But I'm turning this one inside out. So you reassemble the box, and you can staple this or glue the edge. I'm going to glue it. Just re-glue the box back together. I might staple this also just to hold it. Basically, I'm just putting the box back like it was, but inside out. Good, that's good. And then I need to cut it in half, and it doesn't have to be exact, so you could do it roughly. Figure out where roughly the middle, first probably close the flaps back up on the box. So same thing, just a little bit of glue. Put it all back together. Good. Bit of glue on there. Nice. Now the box is just nice and plain. And you can decide if you want to cut. You can make a flat puppet or you can make a long puppet. So I'm going to make a flat one today. But if you do it this way, then you would cut like along here and leave one of the skinny edges as the hinge. But if you do it this way, then you would cut along there and leave the long, one of the wider ones as the hinge. Okay? So just cut into the box a little bit. And don't forget not to go all the way through so that you have this, see that? Now you have a hinge, and that's going to be the mouth for the puppet. Like that. Pretty easy. Make a nice crease there, and there you go. Now, sometimes it's good to add things inside of the back of the head to make your hand stay in place, because this is pretty floppy. So I'll show you how to do that. Just get yourself a little bit of cardboard, like strip of cardboard, cut a piece out, and stick it in the back over top of your hand so that your hand doesn't wiggle around. And another way you could do this is you could just get newspaper and stuff it inside of there, and that would hold your hand in place. But I don't have any newspaper with me, so I'm going to do it this way. You can just make a handle. Just glue it in. That's good. You can sort of estimate how big you need it to be for your hand. There we go. My hand fits in there now, and I could do one, I don't think I really need to, but I could do one on the bottom also for the thumb. But you would do it the same way. See what I did? I made a handle inside of there. My fingers go right underneath of that. and it talks. So now it's all about decorating the puppet. So take a look at the box and see what kind of a face you want it to have. So I see 2 big eyes on here. So to make the biggest eyes possible, I'm just gonna cut them out of white paper. This one, I did it differently. I used styrofoam balls for the eyes, and I cut them in half. You could use ping pong balls. And then I use stickers to make the middle of the eyes. Just dollar store stickers. But this one's gonna be big white eyes made out of paper. So I'll cut out a couple of circles. Don't have to be circles. You could do ovals, or you could do like an eye shape, whatever you feel like. But these are gonna be big round circles. Take a look, figure out where you want them. One thing I'm gonna like about this puppet is the bottom part of the puppet is plain, right? The flap of the box there's no seam on there. There's no edge, but on the top there's an edge. So because there's not gonna be anything on the chin, I'm gonna use the top part for the eyes and the nose, because the eyes and the nose and the face are gonna cover over all of those messy parts, and then you'll have a nice clean face on the puppet. So a little bit of glue where you want the eyes to be. There we go. There's some nice big eyes on that guy. Might not need a nose, this one. I'm not sure yet. And then I'm gonna make irises for the eyes using a different color of paper. Let's use blue, I think. No, let's do hazel. I found some brown, so I'm gonna cut out, or I guess it's brown. I'm gonna cut out some other circles a bit smaller than the white part of the eyes, but still pretty big. And those will be the irises. Then I'm gonna glue them in a little bit towards the middle of the face. Not right in the middle of the eyes, but in the middle of towards the middle of the face, so that it has good eye focus, it's called. And then for the pupils, I'm gonna use a black marker, and I'm just gonna draw the pupils in on this guy. And again, those are gonna be slightly towards where the nose would be. And I feel like this guy needs eye lids too, because I've made the white on the eyes so big that I'm gonna just color in with a marker some eyelids, and this will give it some color. I'm using purple here, just coloring in some eyelids. There we go. Yeah, that looks much better. Eyelids, and then you can do an edge to the eyelids if you want. Just get another color, like a contrasting color to the purple, and do a little edge. And it gives it a little bit more interest. That's good. Alright, and then it's all about doing the inside of the mouth after that. So, nice to meet you. Hello, everyone. My name is Boxy. Ha. What a great name. I'm so imaginative when it comes to naming things. Boxy, because it's made out of a box. I just thought of that. I have some pink paper here, and I'm going to cut out a rectangle. The way you can do this is you just fold your paper in half first, and stick the whole thing. Oops, that's too small. Stick the whole thing inside the puppet, close it up, and then you can sort of get an idea of where you need to cut the paper. So right about there, cut it a little bit smaller, and then cut it into a shape if you want to make, because this box is very square or rectangular and angular, so if you make all your shapes rounder, then it changes the overall effect of how the puppet looks. Okay, so I'll glue that inside the mouth. Center it. Nice. And you can add teeth. If you want to add teeth in there, you can add teeth. I'm going to just add a tongue to this one, and that's probably about it. So, because I did a pink mouth, I'm doing a red tongue. Now glue in. A little of the old glue, hot glue. And that's in there. And then, put a little mark for the center of the tongue. Do the back of the throat. In black. Yep, there we go. And it's all finished. Now on this other one, I added ears, right? Because I felt like he needed ears on the sides because his head was so long and narrow. I just thought it looked good. This guy, I don't know. I'm not sure that this one needs anything else. It's very simple. I think it looks pretty good like that. Sometimes it's better to know when to stop than when to just keep going, right? I think that that's enough. Maybe the only thing I might add to this one is a hair on top of the head. So let's do that. I'll get a different color of paper. Let's do like a surfer, and we'll do some blonde hair on top there and cut out. I don't know what this will look like if I do. I don't know. I'm gonna fold the paper in half, and then I'm gonna cut just some like wedges and see what that looks like as a hairstyle. Might look good, might look bad. You can always change it. You can always take it off afterwards if you want, but that's what I came up with. It might end up looking a bit like a crown. But anyway, I cut the hair out, and then I fold over the edge, and I have some choices here. I can put the hair just like that sticking up, or I could put the hair like this, kind of over the eyes a little bit, and I think I kind of like that, just for something different. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to give myself a little bit more of an edge, and then put a little bit of glue along the top. So it has bangs. This puppet has bangs like that. And I can play around with that if I want, or I could give it a haircut. But it looks pretty good like that. Dude, awesome. Let's go surfing, dude. Wicked. That's good. There you go. That's how that's how you make a puppet, just using a box. And the beauty of this is you can use any kind of box, right? If you use a cereal box, you'll have a nice flat puppet or a really long puppet. All kinds of different boxes will give different kinds of head shapes. And when you have different looking, head shapes or whatever, then you get all kinds of different ideas about personalities for your puppets. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name's Mike, Apple Fun Puppetry. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Bye, you guys. And before we go, there's a podcast now. I do this puppet show on YouTube called Drowsy Stories with the Moondog. And it's like a Wolfman guy, and he tells like really relaxing stories. But I just turned it into a podcast, and it's on Spotify so far, and on Anchor FM. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to that because it's kind of a new idea and it's pretty fun. Alex, that's pretty awesome. You should check it out. And tune in on Wednesdays and Saturdays for puppet shows. Okay, have a good rest of the day, everybody.